What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming. Once again, this is How to Read the Akashic Records, Accessing the Archive of the Soul and Its Journey by Linda Howe. An amazing, complete, readable, and practical guide for accessing the cosmetic information field traditionally called the Akashic Record. For those who didn't hear me before, I'm gonna reread the book because I want to reread it. So I'm just ending the book from chapter 8. It's called Life with the Akashic Records. What I've learned from working in the Akashic Records is that they have their own perspective, which provides an ever expanding view of my soul's ever unfolding essence. Once I become accustomed to that perspective, that to that altitude of consciousness, recently I recognize that working in the records is a radical opportunity to view myself and my whole life from a different angle. I also begun to realize some basic truths, which I call my absolutes. Let me put that on hold and show you trending right quick. Let me unplug my headset.
What about the name it is? The name of Jesus Christ, my God. What about
This is Trending Live TV.
nothing can stand against? What about the name it is? The name of Jesus.
So, I don't know. Are you sure?
You have no equal. Now and forever.
Alright, that's Trending Live TV.
Yours is the kingdom. Yours is the glory.
Amazing content creator.
Yours is the name
And she has an awesome, she promotes the channel, she gets you out there, and she helps you grow to the highest. And all I can say is I'm very grateful that I know her because it's very hard on these YouTube streets. And she's an amazing content creator. Beautiful song.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please grab the link, guys.
She's done. She's done. Sorry for the mess. That's water.
Visit each other's channels and
alright, that was Trending Live TV. Hey, Nova, Real Show, what's up? Let me mute her.
Are you streaming now?
Oh, hold on.
Is it set like?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now. I'm kind of live right now, so you live on my live panel.
Okay. See you there, guys. Thank you so much. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, guys. I'm sorry. That was her. Alright, let me see. Let me go back to my link. Let's see what's up. Hey, Nova, what's good, man? I hope everything's doing good. I hope you're staying safe out there and having a wonderful day. I appreciate you coming. I'm just gonna read the ending of Linda Howe, How to Read the Akashic Records, Accessing the Archive of the Soul and Its Journey. Like I said, I'm gonna reread the book. But hey, what's up, Time Health and Beauty Tips? Thank you for coming. Type Buddha to drop your link. Type Buddha to drop your link. I will put that in the chat. Alright. So what I've learned from working in the Akashic Records is that they have their own perspective, which provides an ever-expanding view of my soul's ever-unfolding essence. Once I became accustomed to that perspective, to the to the perspectives, the altitude of consciousness. I recognize that working in the records is a radical opportunity to view myself and my whole life from a very different angle. I also begun to realize some basic truths, which I call my absolutes. From a record's point of view, these things are absolutely true for absolutely every soul, absolutely all the time. While I have numbered them for clarity below, please know that they are listed in no particular order, as all of the absolutes of absolutely equal importance. The absolutes. 1. Hey, major love, shout out Trending, Time Health Beauty Tips, Nova Real Show, thank you for coming. The absolutes. 1. There is always more than meets the human eye. From the human's perspective of a single lifetime, certain people and events can appear nasty, horrible, wrong, even devastating, as is the case with such natural disasters as hurricanes to tsunamis and earthquakes, and they really are horrible. Yet, from the eternal perspective of the Akashic Records, there's always more than meets the eye. Reasons we don't understand and ultimate benefits we don't see. Even though this is true, the masters, teachers, and loved ones never minimize our human suffering. Instead, they offer suggestions to work through a difficult situation and to understand its karmic, it's like karmatic value. With their help, we can learn the meaning of our suffering and we can grow from it. And eventually, from a soul level perspective, we might meet to see that absolutely all events and all of the people involved are doing their parts in providing opportunities for growth, clarity, purpose, and healing. We see instances for this all around us. After floodwaters submerge a city, for instance, taking lives, destroying homes, and crippling businesses, the city's residents reach out to each other to help rebuild and repair while officials band together to find ways to improve the city's infrastructure. Or, as another example, an innocent child is killed in the crossfire of a gang shooting. This shocks the entire neighborhood, yet, after mourning their heartbreaking loss, the neighbors galvanize. They hold prayer vigils and town meetings. They organize a neighborhood watch and they beautify their streets and parks. And eventually, their neighborhood becomes a better place to live. So, despite the initial pain and loss that some people or events can cause, the Akashic Records will show us how even the most devastating circumstances provide opportunities for transformation. Hey, 420 TV, what's up? Major love shout out. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you. You're always coming by. Thank you. Even though you're working and you're busy, I hope you're staying safe and blessed out there. Opportunities for transformation in which a larger purpose emerges. One that helps us see beyond individual needs to the need of the unified whole to experience its infinite goodness. When we view events this way, we see why it appears that bad things happen to good people. In truth, these events are not personal at all, and no person or thing is good or bad. Hey, what's up, Music Corner? This means that no person or group is ever singled out for punishment, payback, or karmatic retribution. So, absolute number 6. Instead, these brave souls and soul groups are actually enduring their situations to elevate the consciousness of the planet. 2. We are all one. That's what I tell you all in the beginning when I was going through the astral plane and the spiritual plane. I told you all, we all are one. We all are one. That's what Namaste means, spiritually. All right. So all humans exist within the absolute oneness of God. We cannot escape who we already are or opt out of our soul's journey to God. In other words, there is no such thing as being outside of or disconnected from. The oneness there is only the state of becoming aware of your existence within the whole. So, from an Akashic perspective, all souls are on their way to discovering that we are one, connected by and contained within the loving light of God. 3. Everything and everyone is divine. Hey, enjoy my world. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. I hope your day is going good at work. So, number 3, everything and everyone is divine. Not only are we all one, our inner essence is purely divine. Earthly appearances sometimes to the contrary. If we're in the Akashic Records and we look long enough, we will find the divine essence, that point of light and goodness within absolutely every soul in existence. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Number 4, everyone is always in active pursuit of peace. From an Akashic perspective, absolutely everyone wants to live in a state of peace and will go to everything to arch of it from a human perspective. Some people's attempts to achieving peace make little or no sense. Hitler, Stalin, and many other leaders around the globe have been, in their own minds, so committed to securing their own peace that they destroy the peace of others. Though their methods appear quite mad in the eyes of most of the world, from an Akashic point of view, even those souls were and are on their way to awakening to their own divinity and recognizing their connection to the oneness. It just takes some souls more lifetimes to learn compassionate paths to peace. This does not mean, however, that they won't get there. Eventually every soul does. Yeah. Hey, me time. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you, me time. Thank you, Enjoy My World. Thank you, Rona Vlogs. Thank you, Trinity Live TV, for running my playlist. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Number 5, reincarnation is not about good or bad lifetimes. As I have come to understand reincarnation from an altitude of consciousness, I have realized that this is not about good or bad lifetimes. A lifetime of crime versus a lifetime of philanthropy, for example. Instead, reincarnation is about the journey that a particular soul chooses to take in order to become aware of itself on the physical plane. This journey on the physical plane allows the soul to come to know itself as divine, to grow in its awareness of itself and expanse of different lifetimes and in variety of contexts. As a soul comes to know itself, it is graced with multiple opportunities to learn compassion and love for itself as well as for other souls. So, in its lifetime as a criminal, for example, that soul has a unique and powerful opportunity to dissolve the false barriers that exist in its own understanding of its goodness. It can come to understand that the barrier in its perception and that the behavior comes out of that perception. In other words, how that soul thinks it knows itself in that lifetime will determine how it chooses to act. But the more enlightened that soul becomes, the more aware it becomes of the absolute truth that it is a physical expression of the infinite light, and it is free to be generous and loving. Such a realization can happen in a single lifetime, as in the case of a hardened criminal who comes to see the light. Alternatively, it can happen over the course of several lifetimes. Either way, it's okay, since time, as we know, it does not exist in the records, and all souls are eternal. We all have time, and the lifetimes we need. Hey, Purple Tube, hey, Barbara. Hello, Tommy's Lab, Korjik. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Hey, Purple Tube, thank you so much for coming by. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Hey, what's up, Barbara? How you doing? I hope everything is good. I hope everyone's staying safe. What I just read is true. Um, I should know because yeah, I have a past, and it's not like it's not pretty, but whatever. I chose it, and I was in law enforcement. I took a bribe, and I lost my law enforcement career, and basically I became a convicted felon. So it is true. Once you open up your eyes, you see the light, and you find peace within yourself, and you find divine, and you can go into the astral plane, you can go to the soul plane. I've been to the astral plane, the soul, this, they call it the spiritual plane, sorry, not the soul plane, but the spiritual plane, and everything. So yes, I know very well. Yeah, I'm doing good. It's just last night I was having bad pain in my heart, I don't know, side of my neck, something with my carotid artery. The blood's not pumping enough, but the doctors can't figure it out. So, number 6, karma is not about reward or punishment. And then, oh, what I was gonna tell you is, I know that I'm not coming back. That I don't have to come back to this world. My mission's complete. I'm done. I've did everything that basically I had to, and yeah, I still got some more to do. But as for what I just read, a person that has a criminal past, or the person that could be like, what do you call it, like a convicted criminal, yeah, they can change, they can see the light, they can come to realization, and they can understand that, it's best to be peaceful, it's best to stay calm. And I was tested last year because someone that, I trusted, the group on YouTube. I trusted, and they stole money from me. The police, of course, they didn't want to help me. They were talking about it's what do you call it? It's a civil matter, and it was like, I was like, what do you mean it's a civil matter? I was like, he lives right there in Orlando. He's only 4 hours away. If y'all ain't gonna do nothing, I'll go do it then. And they were like, oh, if you go to his house, you could be arrested. So I'm not gonna go through all of that, and I'm not gonna go through that drama for 750. My credit card got back 350. The rest, I paid on gift cards. So yeah, I I had like $500 on gift cards. So it's how I do. But like they say, like they say, karma comes back to you. What you do to another, you have to relive it. You have to feel that pain, and you have to understand. You have to come into realization that you can't do that to people, but it will eventually come to you. So number 6, karma is not about reward and punishment. Having learned that reincarnation is the journey of all the souls that leads to ultimate goodness and oneness, I have discovered that karma has no paternitative aspect. Rather, karma is a series of cause and effect relationships that allows us opportunities to discover what can result when we make different kinds of choices. In the Akashic Records, the basis of evolution is always grounded in compassion. The masters, teachers, and loved ones never judge our actions, they merely help us understand. They nearly help us understand them. They know that we are becoming our potential and they don't colbur us because we're not there yet. Instead, they reveal both the motivating factors that proceed our actions and that overcomes that most likely will follow them. Ha! What I just tell you. You see, it is then and always up to us to choose the action that we will take next. You see, I could have chose to go up there and beat the living daylights out this boy and got my money, even though he was talking about he was giving me the runaround. He normally telling me something, oh, me and my girl just broke up, give me some time, I will send you the money back. Man, me like a dumbass listened. Well, whatever. So it says, what results from that action will create our karma. It won't be good. It won't be bad. It just will be. Without the notation of karma as reward and punishment, we are free to view ourselves with acceptance and understanding. So, the vantage point of the records, I can say with absolute certainty that I am a human being who's becoming increasingly aware of my initiate goodness and my initiate godness. As this moment and in all moments, I am completely loving and whole. I just don't always remember the fact, but by God, I'm working on it. And what I see when I look through the eyes of the records precludes any need for forgiveness because there is no condemnation. There is only an exquisite love story, the story of my soul's existence. Though the journey has at times been filled with terrible hardships and struggle, it has been graced in equal measure with unspeakable richness and love. And always, all along the journey, as I continue to catch glimpses of my true self in the eyes of the other souls, I fall more deeply in love with the oneness that we are. How grateful I am to be alive in this moment, which I am. Viewing the world from this altitude of consciousness, how beautiful we all appear in the light of the Akashic Records. The three knots. The shorthand version of everything I've just said is something I call the three knots. Fear not, judge not, resist not. Hey, Purple Tube, hey, Vinny Pots and Pants. There's my boy. Type Buddha to drop your link. Yo, he has amazing content, chilling, relaxing music. He's cool. So fear not, judge not, resist not. These are the guidelines by which our masters, teachers, and loved ones would have us live our lives if they have the choice. I realize these three can seem like a tall order. Remember that this life is a journey. We fear less on our way to fear not. We judge less on the path to judge not. We resist less until we resist not. Here is how it works. Fear not. After working in the Akashic Records for a while, we begin to relax because we can see that every situation that ever existed either has been or will be resolved for the highest good of all. It may not happen today or even in this lifetime, yet every issue does indeed result in peace and goodness. The game of life won't end until we souls achieve this shared goal. Until we come here and accomplish our purpose for being here on earth, then we will not return. But if we don't accomplish, like it said earlier, you will keep coming back lifetime after lifetime. So yeah, they get We also can see that there is a part of us that is indestructible, that nothing can obliterate, that lives on forever. We see that we have had lifetimes of terrible poverty, war, natural disaster, human cruelty, and yet we are still intact. The essence of who we are is immutable. Nothing can separate us from the essential divinity within us. And as we come to know this as a real and true, fear begins to fall away until there is nothing left to fear. Judge not. From a record's point of view, we begin to see that we are not the judges of the universe, not the judges of others, and not the judges of ourselves. Really, we begin to see all people, including ourselves, growing into their own awareness, developing their own authority, and making determinations on their own behalf. It becomes abundantly clear to us that other people are quite capable and we can trust them with their own lives and decisions. We are not in charge or in any position of authority over others significant enough to judge them. Of course, we still make choices for ourselves, for this is the only place we have authority and power. Other people get to make their own choices to even if we don't agree with them. When that happens, all we can do is choose to participate with them or not. Either way, the only thing we can judge is what is appropriate for us. Hey, Gingerbread Jack, please type Buddha to drop your link. That's another amazing content creator. Everyone, please connect with him. Water break. Hold on 1 minute, please. Vinny, why you ain't tell me, yo? Let me see. Let me see my phone. Vinny, ain't you on mine, bro? Hold on, please. Vinny's like big brother to me, so he's supposed to be one of my mods. Yeah, I see. Um, how can I do it? I did it from the phone. I can't do it. I do it from the computer. I can't do it. What the heck? Why can't I do it? Hey, does anybody know why I can't do it? How why can't I go on my cell phone and make somebody a mod? Oh wait, this is not my account. Hold on, I have so many accounts. Alright, hold on. Give me 1 moment, Vinny. Vinny, I wanted to go on StreamYard, but I'll just read this book. Here we go. Here we go. Give you a little wrenchy. Hold on. Shit. It disappeared on me. Yo! Let me see. I guess I gotta do it sideways. No, I wanna make him a mod, yo. Put him in timeout. Come on. Flip. Okay, here we go. I'm reading How to Read Your Akashic Records. I will be rereading this book. The next book I'm reading is The Healing Through the Akashic Records by Linda Howe. This is Linda Howe, How to Read the Akashic Records, Accessing the Archive of the Soul and Its Journey. All the lives are available. It tells you basically how to do it. If you need what to ask and stuff like that, please leave a comment down below. Like I said, in the previous life, then I will do that. Um, Vinny Shava Renchi. Alright, it says, resist not. If there is not a reason to judge and there is not a reason to fear, then the only thing left to not to do is resist. What makes us uncomfortable? The causes of comfort vary greatly from person to person and lifetime to lifetime. Some people may be uncomfortable with conflicts and relationships or even too much success. Other people may very uncomfortable and humiliation or shameful behavior. Whatever the reason, when we resist and push away from what makes us uncomfortable, we begin to build an energetic wall that keeps growing all around us until the very thing we are resisting becomes the barrier that keeps us from moving through it. Resistance is a rejection of I'm a resisting part of myself. I am rejecting the part of myself. If I am resisting a person or what the person is trying to give me, I am rejecting all part of that person. If I don't resist, I just let something be, it will go its merry way. For example, if I resist my hurt feelings about something, they will build up around and inside me and block me from moving through them. That's true. However, if I can just be with my hurt feelings, I can eventually let them go and make room for different feelings. That's also true. But to me, just pile up. Hey, the Lisa D Light Show, thank you for coming. Please type shit. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Give me one moment while I remove this person. Alright. I forget where I was. Alright, that's true, but to me, they just pile until you're a ticking time bomb. That I know. The importance of practicing the three knots is to give yourself a chance to grow more deeply in the records. Proceed at a pace that feels comfortable. Take one step and one situation at a time, and ask for help when you need it. As you apply what you've been given, more will come to you. The idea is to grow into the infinite light, not to be overwhelmed or blinded by it. Final thoughts on Akashic Records, the past, the present, and the future. Earlier, I explained that the Akashic Records contain the story of your soul over lifetimes, and that this current incarnation has its own unique story. But what about the future? The possibilities and probabilities of your future are held in your records too. Cindy, a student, this is what she said. In January 2008, I took an independent study Akashic class in which I was asked to go into my records and pick something that I wanted to manifest in my life. In my records, I knew I wanted and was ready to have love in my life again. I had been divorced for 7 years. I was a little worried, but I decided that would be my goal for the class. A few days later, I met someone. As I was getting ready for class session about the heart, he told me he loved me. When I was exploring the class session about the mind, I saw a vision of two of us living in a community in the mountains. Before I had a chance to tell him about my vision, he asked me if I wanted to go on vacation to North Carolina near the mountains. That's where I'm moving. What? He said He may want to move back there someday and wanted me to see it. A few months after I finished the class, my man and I became engaged. We were married a year later. Cindy. Okay, she finished. Cool. We see the deepest meaning and the truest value of the records and how we use them to support and guide us as we move into our future. As we move into our future, as you apply that guidance and rely on energy of the records, you are on the records, your own future will take the form of the life you've always wanted. Not every detail will be the same as you had first envisioned it, but the general direction and quality of your life will match your original intentions. So if you have been desiring a life of adventure, you will have it. If you have wanted a life of passion, it will be yours. Whatever your soul has been seeking, you eventually will find it. You will grow more and more into your own obstacles. You will grow. You will grow more and more into your own personal heaven on earth. Will it be a life without challenges, obstacles, and stress? Of course not. It will be a human life with the physical occurrences, mental activities, and emotional upheaval. Yet, you will live it from a place of grace so that as circumstances unfold, you, my friend, and new Akashic practitioner, will discover that you are able to be happy, kind, respectful, and generous, even when things aren't going your way. The more you use the records, the more you'll be able to enjoy the life you have. Your life will continue to become more and more of what you always wanted. Something else I want you to know is that as the light in you shines brighter than ever before, your soul mates and your soulmates and traveling companions will find you. It will be so much easier for you to recognize those like-minded, like-spirited souls, and you'll have a wonderful time together. When you meet for the first time in person, it will seem like a reunion for a long time, friends. And do you know what? That's exactly what it will be. I want to acknowledge you for responding to the inner prompting that urged you to pick up this book. It is a courageous and beautiful step to honor the call of your soul and set your feet upon the path. Know that you are never alone, never lost. Just open your Akashic Records and ask for help. Which is true. Hey, Boss Live online. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Please type Buddha to drop your link. The Lisa D Light Show. Please type Buddha to drop your link. Okay. So know that you are never alone, never lost. Just open your Akashic and ask for help. Though your masters, teachers, and loved ones will never intrude, they are always happy to help. If you share the records with your friends, you can be there for each other in remarkable and powerful ways. On your own, you will become a strong light, but together you will be a focal point of vital, brilliant light. We are living in a fascinating time. What distinguishes our age from all others is the idea that individuals are now able to take responsibility for their own understanding and their relationship with their own spiritual authority. This is a liberating notation for individuals and its potential dangers to the status quo. Throughout history, humanity has been growing into the idea that it has say or authority over itself. We have been wrestling with ideas of our relationship to authority, both human and divine, for centuries. The movement toward reasonable participation has been gaining in momentum for the past few centuries, exemplified by the political revolutions in the United States, 1776, and France, 1789. Today, we are moving beyond the age of national identity to the age of oneness, of the global village. This has been facilitated by the brilliant, sophisticated technology that has been made available in the past 20 years in the United States. The degree of political participation is greater than at any other time in our history and is more inclusive of the various segments of the population. On one hand, we are tethering on the edge of disaster. On the other, we are poised to launch into an age of possibilities beyond our wildest dreams. They're in general agreement that our old ideas are no longer working, that our entire planet is suffering from our limited sense of connection to Earth or narrow sense of responsibility for its well-being on a collision course with global disaster in every area, the economy, politics, healthcare, and the distribution of resources. We can no longer afford the luxury of our self-centeredness. We are face to face with our fears of standing up for ourselves and others in the presence of greed, and we are just beginning. And we are just beginning to get the idea that we do make a difference and that no one else is going to rescue us from our mounting problems. It is occurring to us that we have a role to play in the well-being of our world. Spiritually, we have relied upon institutions, organizations, and even our own minds to give us the sense of power we have wanted. We have believed that if we could just sort everything out and find our way with our well-trained minds, we could tap into the pipeline of spiritual aliveness we know exists. But this has failed. Thinking about spirituality has not empowered us. We have certainly learned a lot, but the illusion that we could access spiritual power through our minds has collapsed. We have followed the rules and precepts of both Eastern and Western religions. These have been a helpful start. They have not, however, provided the catalyst that we had hoped that would propel us into the direct access of spiritual power. The age of keeping our heads down and our mouths shut is over. The day of waiting for someone stronger, better, and smarter to come along and figure things out is over. The hope of one leader coming out the scene and taking the helm to steer us out of the morass will not be satisfied. We will not be satisfied. We are clear that old way does not work. Hey, Big Chief 60, what's up? Major love, shout out. Please type Buddha to drop your link. We are clear that the old way does not work. It has been successful up to a point, but it cannot take us to experience the spiritual power that we can use in our everyday lives. The heartening news is that the Akashic Records can. The significance of the pathway prayer process to access the heart of the Akashic Records is that it is a spiritual means into a spiritual dimension that holds energy, power, and wisdom. The pathway prayer takes us into the heart of this dimension so that the energy, power, and information, wisdom, inform and utilize the heart so it can direct the mind and the will. The mind is wonderful, yet it has been not been what we hoped it would be for my eye hurt. Let me see. What we hoped it would be for humanity. It does not have to be sensitivity or compassion that real people need. Knowledge is essential, yet without the heart's guidance, it is incomplete. The will is critical and manifesting and realizing the ideas of the mind. Yet without the heart, the will can be cold. Christina, another student. When I first accessed the Akashic Records, I felt a sense of unconditional love and support unlike I have ever known. I knew that if everyone could experience the records, world peace would be overcome. I asked myself, how could there be global strife and despair if everybody felt this good? It became my mission to assist in anchoring to the planet this love of the records. Thank you very much, Big Chief. Um, I'm just taking it day by day, you know. I try to just take it slowly because my heart. Alright, a student, when I first accessed the Akashic Records, I felt a sense of unconditional love and support unlike anything I had ever known. I knew that if everyone could experience the records, world peace would be the outcome. I asked myself, how could there be global strife and despair if everybody felt this good? It became my mission to assist in anchoring to the planet this love of the records. The records made it clear that in order to succeed in my mission, I had to first clean up my own negative judgments and opinions about myself and my life. I was encouraged to focus more on what was right what was right about me rather than what I perceived as wrong. I stopped comparing myself to others, learned to really respect and honor my own individuality. I began living my life conscious of my own magnificence. It is from this place that I continue to share the wisdom and support that the records hold for humanity. As ruthless, if the heart does not have its say, the will can manifest results that are ultimately unsatisfying. So it's very good and very important to let go. Just let go. Open your heart chakra. At this point, the history of human spiritual development, it is time for individuals to have direct access. Look at these people. Codes. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Access to spiritual resources. The pathway prayer process provides direct access to the spiritual resource of the Akashic Records, and this book is the training tool you need to cultivate your own relationship with the spiritual power. This is a new idea. It is rooted in the awareness that no one person carries the divine. Let me see for those. Oh, thank you, Me Time, for sharing me out. I appreciate it. I thought you were going you dropped the video. I was gonna play it on cell phone. Alright, so the pathway prayer process provides direct access to the spiritual resource of the Akashic Records, and this book is the training tool you need to cultivate your own relationship with spiritual power. This is a new idea. It is rooted in the awareness that no one person carries the divine potential to transform our lives for us. This new understanding is that each of us has the same light within, and no one can do our part for us. The only I can do my part. The only can do your part. We can no longer wait for anyone outside ourselves to get us out of the dilemmas and into the flow of the life, of the spiritual life force, whether on a personal level or global one. For the first time in the history of humanity, all persons are being called upon to wake up to a new and wonderful opportunity and to participate. Hold on. Ah, shit. I'm trying to show y'all some things that's gonna be going on up here. Superman that again? I already saw that yesterday, I think, or the day before. Alright, sorry. Alright, here we go. And ruthless, if the heart does not have its say, they can manifest results that are ultimately unsatisfying. At this point in the history of human spiritual development, it is time for individuals to have direct access to spiritual resources. The pathway prayer provides direct access to the spiritual resource of the Akashic Records. And this book is the training tool you need to cultivate. Why do I feel like I read that? Okay, global one. Sorry. Okay, for the first time in the history of humanity, all persons are being called upon to wake up a new and wonderful opportunity and to participate to the best of their ability. Participation is now self-determined. I could join if I want to. No one else decides. Water break, hold on. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that are one of my own family members. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Benny, what the heck you talking about? Red man. Hey, Red man. Thank you, Boss Live. Why does one let me make it more? Let me see. There you go, Boss Live. You have a wrenchy. Okay. For the first time in the history of humanity, all persons are being called upon to wake up to a new and wonderful opportunity and to participate to be the best of their ability. Participation is now self-determined. I can join in if I want to. No one else decides for me. Participation is no longer based on gender, race, or class. Taking responsibility and doing one's part is based on individual choice. Each one of us can see what needs to be done and has the grace within to do it. I have within me the ability and energy to do my individual part. I do not have the ability or the energy to do your part. However, likewise, you don't have what it takes to do my part, but you have exactly what's required to do what you do best. This is a fabulous system, and it's directly related to the Akashic Records being available to anyone who wants to access them. Okay. Deep within all human beings is clear and profound sense of divine essence. It may be buried under all kinds of unresolved issues and fears, and yet, let's see, and yet, rest assured, it's there. The Akashic Records provide a way to be in conscious, direct relationship with the divine presence of the intimate and manageable format. The records are being opened to non clerical people like you and me, who are the hope of the future. Humanity has been crying out for a very long time. Help was given first religious leaders, then to political and economic leaders and external organizations. But in the hands of these others, significant global change has not, let me see, significant global change has not yet occurred. This is because global change must begin with individuals, and it must come from within. It must come from within yourself, yo. Alright, so please, it must come within. Everybody is one. Remember that. Once you realize that, and once you accept that, then you will be more at peace. I'm looking for where I was at. Sorry. Humanity has been crying out for help for a very long time. Help was given first to religious leaders, then to political and economic leaders and external organizations, but in the hands of these, other significant global change has not yet occurred. This is because global change must begin to individuals and it must come from within. The transmission and activation of global change begins when one soul recognizes the divine, excuse me, when one soul recognizes the divine, when one soul recognizes the divine light in another across the planet, one soul at a time, pockets of individual points of light have begun to form. As the pockets of light continue to recognize each other, they will form a blanket of light that will eventually converge and cover the entire planet, radiating the best of who we are and magnetizing the best in those around us. This light meeting light will transform our reality. This movement will continue until each and every person is seen in the future of who they are. As the light spreads, it will form a layer of light consciousness and of goodwill, peace, and harmony that will support all our human efforts to have life work in every way for everyone, all included. You, dear reader, have been drawn to this book prompting. By an inner prompting, it is no accident that you are now hold in it. You now hold it in your hands. There is something already active within you that brought you to this movement. The Lords of the Records are beckoning you to begin the transformation you seek. Your master teachers and loved ones are waiting to provide you with the energetic backing and wisdom you need to realize your incredible potential is your lifetime right now. We are in a transitional generation. Our parents did not know about personal responsibility in the way we know it now, nor did they even consider having. Well, there's tornado watching is very windy. Very, very, very windy. So things are blowing around. Alright, so nor did they ever consider having direct access to their own spiritual authority. Well, some did, but other generation as a whole did not. The Akashic Records were not widely available until now because there had to be enough development of the mass consciousness to be able to handle this resource. Now that has happened, we have been an explosion in meditation, heart, mind, and connection work, personal healing, and light healing. Shara dropped the video of how to make recipe. He makes good sauces, and they're sugar free. Well, the one that I won, the one that he sent me, were sugar free. The Akashic Records were not widely available until now because there had been enough development of the mass consciousness to be able to handle this resource. Now that has happened, we have seen an explosion in meditation, heart-mind and connection work, personal healing, and light healing for ourselves and others. All these practices have enabled the masses to mature significantly, be ready to use the Akashic Records in the best ways of personal growth, global healing. Our children might not need to tool this. They might take it for granted and assume that they are entitled to receive insight and support from the spiritual resource. Oh my God, from the spiritual resource. Excuse me, I yawn. Of their choosing, we are the generation that needs the training. We are the bridge of light. As we construct this bridge with a pathway prayer process, we make it easier for those who come after us. Our descendants will find it the most natural thing in the world to be in direct conscious relationship with their inner divinity and its corresponding expression in the universe. And so, my friends, thank you so much for stepping onto your path along with so many others who are committed to walking in the light of truth, the light of peace, the light of power, the light of love. We stand together, shoulder to shoulder, moving ahead in our ordinary lives with an extraordinary perspective. You are a point of light within an amazing infinite light that permits all of life and every soul in the universe. I want you to know that I know that there is a light that only you can shine. I know that your light is unique and vital to the elimination of humanity. Together our lights will shine and will brighten the path for all who choose to join. You will know when the time is right for you. When that moment arrives, you will set your feet upon the path, and together we will do what we will do what we could do, never alone. Much love and many blessings, Linda Howe. Hey, Barbara! And then this is just like further resources. Talks about like different books. To learn about working in the Akashic Records, please contact Linda Howe at the Center for Akashic Studies. The center offers a comprehensive course of study that includes group classes, independent study courses, and conference call classes. Linda is always developing new classes as the Akasha Records make new topics available for the center's divinely inspired curriculum. Linda is also happy to come to your town to work with you and the people you love. This one is crazy. The door just slammed open. So, her number is Center for Akashic Studies, P.O. Box 534 Oak Park, Illinois 60303 0534. Phone number 866-411-9777. The website is akashic studies.com. Let me type it for y'all. Woo, let me get this cursor. AKASHIC. I should be calling too. I should be going to this website right after this live because I did it wrong. Okay, sorry. AKASHIC. I'm very sorry I stayed up late. I only slept 4 hours because, as you know, me and Trini support a lot of channels that come through to her channel, that come through to my channel. So basically, gives you the appendix and everything. So just tells you to reflect upon yourself. Like I told you, I will be reading this over again, just because I want to, and I want to do the opening my Akashic Records and then closing them. I will. You're welcome, Boss Lady. Hey, Georgia girl, what's up? Yo, it's very, very windy, man. Look at this. Hold on, I'll show you. Like, my door just blew open because of this wind. It like slows down, picks up real fast. It's crazy. Slow down because I was gonna show you in a slow look and now it's gonna pick back up. Watch. I feel it. It's a cold breeze. It feels like it's Alexa, what's the weather outside?
The current weather is 73 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies.
See?
Today,
73.
lots of sun with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 51 degrees.
You hear that? Low of 51 degrees. Alexa, cancel. 51 degrees it is in the morning. Yeah, look at it. See, here it comes. They said on a channel that I went to go see and I was like trying to support, they were saying that I have like a tornado watch. It's crazy. It really is. Let me show you guys the next book. Please excuse the mess. I'm in the process of moving. So I have a lot of stuff piled up because they're going in certain books. Certain boxes. This is the next book that I will be reading. I was drawn to get this book. And just like I was drawn to get this one. So besides, I got a message in the spiritual plane from my father to read the Akashic Records. So I know myself. I've been to the astral plane. I've been to the spiritual plane, like I told you. If you just forgive and let go, and just meditate 3 times a day, learn how to be still, pray to God, just be one with God, and you will eventually begin to see the stars and the universe and the galaxy and what everything's about. Healing through the Akashic Records, using the power of your sacred wounds to discover your soul's perfection, by Linda Howe. That's gonna be a very good book for me, because my blood brother, well, I don't call him my brother, but yeah, my mother and father's son tried to kill me since, I would say, since 2017. They've been trying to kill me. Then 2020, Christmas 2020, they came. I was very peaceful. I was happy. I was doing good. I was meditating 3 times a day. I was doing qigong. My room wasn't like messy like this. Like I was fine, you know. And he came and tried to kill my mother. That's my last parent, my only living parent. So it's like, why after all these years you're gonna come and try to kill my mother? Let alone that's your mother, and you're gonna try to kill her over a house? Like, seriously? That's why we're moving. That's why I'm selling this house and just getting out of here. Um, but yeah, that's why I got this book, because I was drawn to it, and it says healing through the Akashic Records. There's a lot of wounds that I have in my own soul that I have to basically fix myself, because it's just not hold on, I'm choking, man. It's just like, I just have to clean a lot of wounds. I have to open my Akasha records. I have to get back into meditating. I have to get back into the process. But thank you very much. I appreciate it so much for everyone coming. I know it's very windy, so the internet's probably not good. The internet's probably acting up. And and yeah, I think because there's a true story that oh, okay, my friend just went live. Let me drop his link, because he barely has anybody in there. Oh shit. 2 people watching. He barely has anyone in there. So if y'all could please go rate him, I would greatly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Truly, I'm thankful for each and every one of you coming out here. His name is Trucker Z. Is anyone going live in this chat? Please let me know, and then we'll go raid you. If anything, please let me know if you're going live. Georgia girl, are you going live, or did you just end? Because if you just ended, I'll go ahead and rewatch with my cell phone. Let me see who is Georgia girl. I don't see none of you guys. Well, I guess y'all are busy. And hey, Gunner Sports Entertainment, thank you so much for coming by. I was wondering who's going live, but I only see Trucker Z. So if anyone, if you don't mind, if you could please go raid Trucker Z. He's a very good person. He only has 2 people in there. Please go in there. He's a very loyal supporter. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you. No, you're very welcome, Boss Life. I'm sorry I messed up on some words. It's just I have a TBI and I haven't read in a long time. I have a speech problem, they said. And I can't really like hold my reading that long because my heart is acting up. That's why I wasn't singing that much on the panel earlier in my friend's live. But thank you all for coming. Namaste to you and your family. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And may you all stay blessed and have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you.